Do you trust your car? I mean, really trust it? Because millions of Americans just found out they shouldn't. Their Jeeps can catch fire. Their Fords can roll away. Their GMs can blow up. Their Toyotas can seize. And their Hyundais can kill. Not tomorrow, right now. And that's just the beginning. I haven't even told you about the other 30 million vehicles yet. Stay with me, because you're in more danger than you realize. Let's start with the best-selling truck in America, the one you trust with your family. Well, here's what Ford didn't tell you. 741,195 Ford vehicles just got recalled. And the problem is terrifying. Your transmission can fail and your truck can roll away, even when it's in park, even on flat ground, even with your family inside. Here's what happens. The parking pawl inside your transmission can break. When it fails, park isn't park anymore. You put it in park, you walk away, and your truck starts moving. Ford says they know of 24 property damage claims, 9 injuries. 2 people suffered emotional trauma just from the fear of what could have happened. Which Ford vehicles are affected? The 2018 to 2021 F-150, the 2018 to 2021 Expedition, the 2020 to 2021 Explorer, the 2018 to 2021 Lincoln Navigator, and the 2020 to 2021 Lincoln Aviator. But the rollaway recall is just the beginning. Ford has issued 51 recalls in 2026 alone. That's more than double any other automaker. In 2025, Ford set a record: 153 recalls, 13 million vehicles. Think about that. 153 times Ford had to call you back and say, "Sorry, we messed up. Your car might kill you." And it gets worse. From April 2025 to March 2026, Ford recalled 19.56 million vehicles. That's more than every other automaker combined. Let that sink in. Ford accounts for 72.6% of all vehicles affected by recalls this year. And here's the kicker. Ford is re-recalling 387,000 vehicles because the original recalls didn't fix the problem. They recalled them once. You brought it in, you trusted them, and the fix failed. Now they're asking you to come back again. What's failing? Engine stalling, fuel tanks that can deform, instrument clusters that go blank, transmission clutches that burn out. Ford took a $600 million charge for one recall alone. Fuel injectors that could crack and catch fire. And here's the bottom line. CEO Jim Farley admitted AI is going to replace half of all white-collar workers. But Ford tried to replace engineers with AI. It failed so badly they had to rehire 350 experienced engineers. The AI didn't catch the design flaws, it amplified them. So now Ford is stuck with 2 problems. They don't have enough engineers to fix the recalls, and they're losing billions on EVs they can't sell. $19.5 billion in EV write-downs. They canceled the electric F-150 program, and tariffs are going to hit them for another $2 billion. This isn't a few bad apples. This is a company that built its reputation on tough trucks, and now those trucks can't even stay parked. Now, what's happening at General Motors might be even worse, because their recall fix didn't actually fix anything. If you own a GM truck or SUV with a 6.2-liter V8, you need to pay very close attention. We're talking about the Chevrolet Silverado, the Suburban, the Tahoe, the GMC Sierra, the Yukon, and the Cadillac Escalade. Some of the most popular vehicles on American roads, and right now, nearly 877,000 of them are under federal investigation. Here's what's happening. The engines are failing, catastrophically. Bearings are destroying themselves from the inside out. Connecting rods are punching holes through the engine block. And drivers are losing power on the highway with no warning whatsoever. The federal government has received over 28,000 complaints about these engines. 28,000. Owners reporting sudden power loss, knocking sounds that get worse and worse, and then total engine failure. GM finally issued a recall in April 2025. They said they had a fix. What was the fix? They told owners to switch to a thicker oil. That's it, a different viscosity. They didn't replace the engines. They didn't fix the manufacturing debris. They just said, use thicker oil. And guess what happened next? The fix didn't work. Owners reported the same catastrophic failures even after the recall was performed. So in January 2026, the NHTSA opened a brand new investigation. 36 new complaints came in, engine failures after the so-called fix. What's actually causing this? Two things happening at the same time. First, machining debris. Microscopic metal particles left in the engine during manufacturing. They circulate through the oil system and destroy the bearings from the inside. Second, crankshaft journals produced out of specification. The surfaces are too rough. They act like sandpaper against the bearing metal. And here's the part that should make you angry. GM's own recall fix switches these engines from 5W20 to 0W40 oil, twice as thick. That's not a fix for debris. That's GM quietly admitting the original oil never had enough protection for this engine. They just didn't tell you until 877,000 vehicles were already on the road. GM is trying to dismiss class action lawsuits right now. They're arguing the recall and extended warranty solved the problem. They're saying supplier defects caused most failures, not engine design flaws. And they're making this argument. If the design were truly defective, failures would be far more widespread. They're saying only 3% failed. But let me ask you something. If you spend $80,000 on a truck and you're in that 3%, you need a $15,000 to $20,000 engine replacement. Does that sound like a fix to you? So what should you do? If you own a GM truck or SUV with the 6.2-liter V8 from 2021 to 2024, check your VIN at NHTSA right now. Even if the recall was performed, it might not have worked. Demand a written warranty extension from your dealer. GM offered one in the recall, but you need documentation. And if you're shopping for a new truck, avoid the 6.2-liter V8 until this investigation is closed. Consider the 3.0-liter Duramax diesel instead. It's proven far more reliable. If you're finding this information helpful, please hit like button and subscribe. So Ford has rollaway trucks, GM has exploding engines, but Toyota, their own CEO just said they might not survive. Toyota's outgoing CEO just told nearly 500 suppliers something that should terrify every Toyota owner. He said, and I quote, "Unless things change, we will not survive. I want everyone to acknowledge this sense of crisis." This is Toyota saying this. The company that defined quality for decades is now warning its own suppliers that survival is not guaranteed. What triggered this warning? Declining vehicle quality, technical problems, supply chain failures, and increased safety recalls that have slowed production and extended delivery times. Toyota is admitting what owners are starting to discover. Their legendary quality is slipping. Here's the biggest problem. The V35A-FTS twin-turbo V6 engine. It's in the Toyota Tundra, the Sequoia, the Lexus LX600, and the Lexus GX 550. Over 270,000 vehicles have been recalled, and the failure pattern is terrifying. No warning lights, no diagnostic codes. The engine feels completely normal right up until the moment it seizes. Some owners are reporting catastrophic failures before 40,000 miles on brand new flagship trucks. What's causing this? Machining debris left in the engine during manufacturing at their Alabama and Tahoe plants. That debris destroys the main bearings, and when the bearings fail, the engine destroys itself from the inside out. Toyota has already replaced over 70,000 engines, and this is just the beginning. But here's the part that should infuriate every Toyota owner. Toyota will not replace every engine. They're using inspection software to decide if your engine gets replaced. The software evaluates the main bearing and collects vehicle drive data. If the software says your bearing is clear, you keep it. If it can't confirm, they replace it. You're driving a ticking time bomb, and Toyota is using an algorithm to decide if you get a new engine or not. And here's where it gets worse. The incoming CEO, Kenta Kon, warned suppliers, "Some might get the impression that Toyota is in a safe and comfortable position, but that is not the case at all." So what is Toyota doing to survive? They're cutting over-engineered quality standards to reduce costs. They're relaxing part specifications that were previously considered extremely strict. Toyota is admitting their legendary quality standards are too expensive to maintain. This is a massive shift for the brand. But the engine failures aren't the only crisis. Toyota's global sales have fallen for 4 straight months. In China, sales plunged 31.7% in May alone. The local competition from BYD and Geely is destroying them. In the Middle East, exports crashed nearly 66% due to geopolitical conflict. Toyota exports 500,000 to 600,000 vehicles to that region annually. Logistics disruptions are crippling them, and customers are waiting months, sometimes years, for vehicles. The Land Cruiser was sold out for 4 years. New CEO Khan said, "We continue to keep many customers waiting." That's Toyota admitting they can't even deliver the vehicles people want. So what does this mean for you? If you own a 2022 to 2025 Toyota Tundra, Sequoia, Lexus LX 600, and the Lexus GX 550 with the twin-turbo V6, schedule that inspection immediately. Don't wait for it to fail. The failure comes with no warning. If you're shopping for a used one, be extremely cautious. Check the VIN, check the service history, and know this: Toyota has been recalling these engines since May 2024. This is recall number 3 or 4. They still haven't fixed it. Before I say anything else, I need to warn you. This section is not easy to hear. Because a child died, a 2-year-old girl, killed by a power seat in a 2026 Hyundai Palisade. The seat was designed to fold and slide, to make it easier to get to the 3rd row. But here's the problem. The seat doesn't detect resistance. It keeps moving even if a person or object is in the way. And in Ohio, on March 7, 2026, that failure became deadly. Hyundai issued a stop sale order immediately. They stopped selling the 2026 Palisade Limited and calligraphy trims altogether. They recalled over 68,500 vehicles, about 8,000 in Canada, over 60,000 in the United States. But here's what makes this even worse. The Palisade had already been recalled once before. In January 2026, Hyundai recalled over 568,000 previous generation Palisades because the side curtain airbags could deploy improperly. And the 2026 model had more issues after that. Instrument panel display failures, seatbelt wiring problems. Over 46,000 Palisades recalled because the 3rd row seatbelt might show it's latched when it's not. And the Palisade is not alone. Hyundai has recalled over 1.1 million vehicles in 2026 so far, across almost every model. In January, they recalled over 83,000 Genesis vehicles, the G80, the GV60, the GV70, the GV80, all because the instrument panel display could fail. In the same month, they recalled over 41,000 more vehicles, the Tucson, the Ioniq 5, the Kona, the Santa Fe, the Sonata, all because the instrument panel display could go blank. You're driving down the highway and suddenly you can't see your speed. You can't see your warning lights. You don't know what's happening. In June 2026, they recalled over 96,000 Tucson SUVs for the exact same software problem. The digital dashboard goes blank while you're driving. And Hyundai's Kia brand? They agreed to a $1.3 billion settlement for engine failures. Metal debris left in the engines during manufacturing. The same problem we just told you about with Toyota and GM. Rod bearings failing, engines seizing, and fires. By the way, if you own a Hyundai with the Theta 2 engine, there's a lifetime warranty on the short block assembly. But there's a catch. You need the knock sensor detection system software update installed. If you skip that update, your coverage disappears. And here's a new issue. A 2026 Palisade owner told Torque News that her SUV has stopped moving multiple times at intersections. She presses the gas and nothing happens. She's had 4 adults in the car as witnesses. The dealer says they haven't heard of the problem. But Hyundai has already recalled the 2026 Palisade for seat issues. Now a no-go problem is being reported, and the cause is still unknown. We've covered 4 brands, 4 crises, but none of them compare to what's happening here. The company that owns Jeep, Ram, Dodge, Chrysler, and Fiat. And if you own a 2021 to 2025 Jeep Wrangler or Gladiator, I need you to listen very carefully. Stellantis just recalled over 1.3 million vehicles worldwide. Nearly 1.08 million of them are right here in the United States. And the company is telling owners to park their vehicles outside, away from your home, away from your garage, away from other vehicles. Because your Jeep could catch fire, even when it's turned off, even when it's parked in your driveway, even while you're sleeping. Here's what's happening. The electric hydraulic power steering pump has a wiring issue. A loose electrical connection can cause excessive heat buildup. That heat can melt the connection and ignite surrounding materials. And once it starts, it doesn't stop. Stellantis has documented at least 72 fires tied to this defect. One person has been injured. No crashes or fatalities reported yet. But here's what should make you furious. Stellantis knew about this problem in 2023. They investigated fires in some Wrangler and Gladiator vehicles, but they closed the investigation. Their reason: the rate of fires was too low. Let me say that again. Stellantis knew your vehicle could catch fire, but they decided the risk wasn't worth fixing until August 2024. That's when they saw an increase in incidents. That's when they reopened the investigation. But even then, they didn't issue a recall right away. They spent over a year analyzing the problem. Through vehicle buybacks, parts analysis, CT scans, X-rays, material studies, and they finally determined in late May 2026 that yes, this posed an unreasonable risk to safety. It took them over 2 years to tell you that your vehicle could burn your house down. So what is Stellantis doing about it? They'll inspect the wiring harness, they'll repair or replace it for free. But here's the problem: they don't have the fix ready yet. They're working to accelerate remedy availability and anticipate a fix no later than July 2026. Notification letters won't even mail until July. Until then, you're supposed to park your $50,000 vehicle outside, in the rain, in the snow, in the sun, where anyone could steal it, where your kids could bump into it. And Stellantis expects you to just wait. But the fire recall is just the tip of the iceberg. Stellantis is in financial freefall. The company posted a $22.33 billion net loss in fiscal year 2025. They recorded $25.41 billion in unusual charges, including $9.07 billion in program cancellations and $6.58 billion in North American platform impairments. CEO Antonio Filosa admitted it himself. Quote, "Our 2025 full-year results reflect the cost of overestimating the pace of the energy transition. They bet billions on EVs. The demand never came, and now they're paying the price." If you own a 2021 to 2025 Jeep Wrangler or Gladiator, park it outside right now, not in your garage, not near your home, not near other vehicles. It doesn't matter if you've had no problems. It doesn't matter if you've owned it for years. The defect can strike at any time, even when the engine is off. If this video helped you, hit that like button. Share it with someone who owns one of these vehicles, because they might not know their car is trying to kill them. And subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next.